As we welcome you back, we are getting set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Pierre and Watertown. John Wickler here on this Tuesday night. Jen Berzelius back at the station. And it will be the Eights trying to get a split of this doubleheader. Nearly had Game 1 won. They took Watertown to 9 innings. And for this Watertown team, as good as they are, now at 31-14 and 20-7 in South Dakota games, to almost be 19-8 and 30-15. Post States, I know that's a tough loss to take, but when you look at the process of what Pierre wants to do this summer, that's a big step forward. I mean, it would be a huge step forward for the win, but you did everything that you wanted to do in that first game except get the win. And against a really good team, another time that Post State is competing against what will probably be a state tournament team. Now, of course, if you play them at the end of the season, you don't want them to be a state tournament team, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be a state tournament team. They're going to be up near the top of the standings, and they're going to be really a favorite to win a best-of-3 series to win and get to the state tournament. But here in this second game, we'll see if the Eights can build off of the momentum they had, and we'll see how Watertown responds after surviving that scare, if they maybe come out with a lot of energy, or maybe they come out a little flat in the second game. We'll start with our starting lineups. We're getting close to first pitch. They were looking at, I believe, 7:45, maybe 7:50 for first. Nolan Peterson will lead things off. He is the catcher here in game number 2. Sun and Shine will bat second, and he's the pitcher. Miles Doy, the second baseman, will bat third. Grayson Husley, the third baseman, batting in the cleanup spot. Charlie Simpson, the center fielder, the left fielder, will bat fifth. George Stalley, the center fielder, batting 6th. Dawson Guest, the shortstop, batting 7th. Weston Northrup, the right fielder, batting 8th. And Cooper Twilliger will be the first baseman, and he will bat 9th for Pierre Post State. For Watertown Post 17, Dylan Rodden is the leading man. He's the second baseman here in game number 2. Mitch Olson will bat second and play left field. Caden Rylance, the catcher, will bat third. Nash Berg, the DH, batting 4th. Marcus Pitkin, the center fielder, batting 5th. Nate Briggs, the third baseman, will bat 6th. Talon Jurgens, the first baseman, batting 7th. Spencer Wench is the right fielder, batting 8th. And it will be Will Engstrom, the shortstop, to bat 9th for Watertown. Hayden Reese will be the pitcher to start game number 2 for Watertown. We're getting set for first pitch. We'll take a 3-minute break. When we come back, we'll see if first pitch is on the horizon in the next couple minutes. Back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Verdict Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdict Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verdict Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verdict Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Looking for a change, a career, not just a job? Beck Motor Company of Pierre is looking for a team-oriented individual to join their parts department. We offer 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, a company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym, and more. Experience is a plus, but we'll train the right individual. If you have the ability to use a computer, provide great customer service, and willing to learn and adapt in a very busy environment, we want to visit with you. Call Steve Meyer at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
If you're like a lot of South Dakotans, you've made a purchase online for services or products and have had no issues. Unfortunately, scammers view the internet as their playground, and they're constantly deploying new scams to attempt to take your hard-earned funds. Fraudulent websites have grown by leaps. Consumers and businesses need to check all aspects of a website before making any type of purchase. Questions regarding this scam should be directed to South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
As we welcome you back here, still getting set for first pitch between Pierre and Watertown, as the Eights will be looking for a split of the doubleheader with the Watertown Post 17 team. Looking ahead, tomorrow, Post 8s will be at home at 3 o'clock first pitch. It will be a late night tonight, with the fact that we will be getting this game getting started closer to 8 o'clock and then getting back home. But it is nice to be home, and hopefully for these guys a chance to maybe sleep in a little bit, get some good rest, because it is an important doubleheader tomorrow against Spearfish that'll be coming up 3 o'clock first pitch. And then you look ahead to next week, Tuesday, when they take on Sioux Falls East. They'll also play at 3 o'clock, as Watertown is taking the field now and just about set for first pitch. But they'll play Sioux Falls East at 3 o'clock on Tuesday on July 2nd, and then a 2 o'clock first pitch on that Sunday, July 7th. Nothing scheduled for the weekend, this coming weekend, but we'll have a little bit of a break. Well, a break after Wednesday's game until next week, Tuesday, but then have the 4th of July off until that Sunday when Box Elder will be in town. And then the Eights will have a couple of non-South Dakota games against the Post 22 Expos, not the Hard House, but the Expos, and then the Bismarck Governors before closing out the season against Harrisburg Maroon, Sioux Falls West, Brandon Valley, Renner, I believe it's the Renner Sultans, and Yankton in the final couple games of the season there. But it will be for Post 8s a chance to try and get the split here first before we get ahead of ourselves to tomorrow against Spearfish, who split their doubleheader with Sturgis on Monday night, last night. But it will be the starter that's on the mound. Hayden Reese will get a chance to throw against this Post 8 lineup, and again, the lineup will look like this for Pierre. Nolan Peterson will be the leadoff man again here for the Eights. He'll be the catcher. Sutton Sunshine, the pitcher, batting second. Miles Doyle batting third and playing second base. Grayson Hunsley in the cleanup spot playing third. Charlie Simpson, who homered in the first game, is batting sixth. Make that fifth and playing left field. George Stalley back in the starting lineup. He is playing center and batting sixth. Dawson Getz will bat seventh and be the shortstop. Weston Northrup will get a chance to swing the bat. He's the starting right fielder for the Eights. And Cooper Twilger will be the first baseman for Post 8 and batting ninth, as that is the Eights lineup. And looking ahead past what Sun and Shine will do, but really outside of throwing a gem and having a complete game, I would think that maybe Northrup's that first guy, and why you don't have the DH involved is one, to get Northrup some at-bats, but then also you can get him on the mound and keep Sun and Shine in the ball game without then eliminating your DH. But we'll see how Coach Iverson wants to handle it. Didn't really have the conversation about it. It was more speculation on what his thinking might be. But it is Nolan Peterson that is stepping to the plate, and we are set for game number 2 of our doubleheader between Pierre and Watertown, as the Shadows are starting to overtake the field. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1 as we're underway at 7:54 here for game number 2. First game in 9 innings took 2 hours and 16 minutes. Much faster than the 8-inning game that we had in Minot, where it took 2 hours and 59 minutes to play, as the first two miss upstairs to Nolan Peterson. 2-0 the count to the leadoff man here in game number 2. Lights are on here at Watertown Stadium. 2-0 pitch on the outside corner for a strike. The count's now 2-1. Peterson in game number 1. He went 1 for 3. Made that 1 for 4 with a triple. There's a ground ball that is foul. It was behind the third base coaching box, but with the long extended foul territory on the third base side, Coach Iverson was well over towards the third base dugout. With the leadoff man up to the plate right now, trying to still talk a little bit to his guys on the bench. 2-2 pitch. This will be popped foul on the right side. That will get out of play. And the count remains at 2-2 strikes. Yeah, the foul territory, especially on the third base side, kind of resembles the Oakland Athletics, mostly because they're playing still in a football, baseball stadium that is obviously no longer used for football when Oakland moved to Vegas. As a 2-2 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 3, and there's the first out here in the top of the first inning. And it'll bring up Sutton Sunshine, the pitcher here in game number 2. As he will come to the plate in game number 1 for Post State. Went 2 for 4 with an RBI, 2 singles at the game-tying RBI, which made it 4-4 in that top of the 5th inning, and did not have another score until the 9th when it was a walk-off double. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. That takes a bad hop off the third baseman, Briggs, and Sunshine will get to first. It's hard to give the third baseman an error, but will go down as an error. And it brings up Miles Doyle. I mean, that's for Briggs. One, the sun's already kind of at a hard spot, but then you take a bad hop and bounces off your arm. You probably give him Sunshine a base hit, but overall it goes down as an error. And runner on first either way with one out here in the top of the first, and it brings up Miles Doyle. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Doyle walked a couple times when going 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. In the game 1 loss, he didn't come around to score in that on the 2-run home run by Charlie Simpson in the 4th inning that made it 3-2 at the time. This will be fouled back. And the count is a ball and a strike. Again, 324 down the left field line, 312 down the right field line. 372 out in the alley and right center, and 384 more towards center, but center left center. That one on the inside edge for a strike, and the count's 1-2. Here to Miles Doyle. Grayson Hunsley is on deck. 1-2 pitch. Curveball almost hits Doyle's arm. I mean, almost extended the arm out to be hit by the pitch, which would have made an interesting call if home plate umpire would have made him stay at the plate. Counts 2-2. There's a line shot through the whole left side for a base hit, and the Eights get their first base hit of the ball game. First and second with one out here at the top of the first. And we'll bring up Grayson Hunsley. So now Hunsley's got a chance for an RBI. He went 1 for 4 with a base hit in the 6th. He led off the 6th inning with a base hit. And up at third, but got stranded on at third. So 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the first inning, and the Eights are threatening to try and take their first lead of the day, but an early lead here in game number 2. Curveball that drops in for strike 1. That's had the knees buckling a little bit of Grayson Hunsley. Go around the horn defensively here as long as there's no double play turn to get out of the inning. Get you after this at bat. Here's the 0-1. There's a chopper, slow roller left side. That's going to be fielded by the shortstop. The throw from Engstrom is in time to get the second out. Both runners do move up to second and third, but Engstrom was able to come in to make the play, and there's now 2 down to bring up Charlie Simpson. Mitch Olson's out left. Marcus Pickett in center, and Spencer Winch is in right. Nate Briggs at third. It is Will Engstrom that just made that play at short. Dylan Rodden at second. Talon Jurgens at first. Caden Rylance behind the plate. And it is Hayden Reese to try and get out of the 2-out jam. Charlie Simpson trying to give Post State the lead. First pitch right side down the line, but it will slice foul. And the count's 0-1. Simpson with the big 2-run home run in game number 1. He went 1 for 4. Able to hit it over the left field wall. 0-1 pitch. He'll reach for it, pop it up on the right side. Foul territory, long run for everybody coming in. First baseman will call for it and make the catch out of the vantage point of even for me to try and make the call. But the first baseman, Jurgens, did make the catch and retire the side. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 men left on base. No scoring for Pierre in the first inning. We head to the bottom of the first between Pierre and Watertown. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. Affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
It is the bottom of the first. No score in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. And Watertown's lineup, Dylan Rodden will lead things off. Mitch Olson will bat second. Rodden's the second baseman. Olson the left fielder. Caden Ryland's batting third. He's catching in game number 2 as well as also catching in game number 1. Nashberg is the DH batting fourth. Marcus Pitkin, the center fielder, will bat fifth. Nate Briggs, the third baseman, batting sixth. Talon Jurgens, the first baseman, batting seventh. Spencer Wenches will bat eighth and play right field. And Will Engstrom rounds out the order. He's a shortstop as they will go against Sun and Shine on the mound for Post States. And for Sun and Shine, he has thrown 2 2/3 innings. This will be his first start. His only appearance went 2 2/3 innings. He gave him a walk, a strikeout without a hit or a run. He did hit one man. So his ERA is 0 and the whip at 0.375. Of course, batting average against is at 0. And we'll see how Sun and Shine can do in his first starts for Post State. The rising sophomore will throw against Dylan Rodden to lead things off. First pitch is at the top of the zone for strike one. And his first outing for Sun and Shine, who threw half of his pitches for first pitch strikes. That one will miss low, and the count's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 to Rodden. That'll come inside, and the count's now 2-1. For Dylan Rodden here in game number 1, he went 2 for 4. 2 singles, a strikeout and a fly along with a walk. There's a ground ball to the right side. That's off the backhand of Miles Doyle into right field, and that'll be a leadoff error that's charged to Doyle. And it will bring up the number 2 hitter now here in Mitch Olson. So Olson now will come to the plate. Both teams with an error in the first inning. Watertown was able to get out of that first inning without any trouble with the error. But now we'll see if the Eights can do the same thing. And that was skipped to Doyle. And with the way where that sun may be sitting at right now, it's here at Watertown Stadium, could maybe be kind of tough for these infielders to see the ball coming off the bats, although the batter is in the shadows, really small area just right off the mound. A couple of maybe 10 feet in front of the mound is where the goes from the shadows to sun back to shadows, as he counts now 1-1, just about 10 feet overall. But may not be a whole lot dealing with it for these hitters. 1-1 pitch, that'll be outside. The count's now 2-1. Go around the horn defensively again here for Post State in a matter of moments. The runner on at first and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. The 2-1. That is high and outside from Sun and Shine, and the count's now 3-1. Good hitters count here for Mitch Olson. Runners takes off. 3-1 pitch is popped foul. That'll get out of play. And a good head start from the runner in Rodden, who was going to steal it easily. As he stole it off of Sun and Shine, but the foul ball forces it back to first, and see if Sunshine holds them on just a little bit better. But a 3-2 count and nobody out might be a good time to run again. Time is called at the plates by Olson after a hop from Rodden over at first, forcing Sunshine to pay a little bit more attention to him. The 3-2, runner takes off. Taken for strike 3. Peterson did not throw the ball to second, but a stolen base, and there's one down. As Olson will go down looking. And on the outside part of the plate, I think Peterson maybe thought it was going to be ball 4 and wasn't going to throw it. As Cade Rylance will come to the plate. The last thing you want to do is throw it on ball 4, and you throw it away. So they were able to steal the base without a throw from Rodden. Now he is in scoring position here with one out, and it brings up the number 3 hitter, Cade Rylance. They were able to hold him at bay for the most part. He went 1 for 5. 2 pop outs to the infield, 2 ground outs as well, and a single. But a base hit can give Watertown the early lead. First pitch will be inside for ball 1. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station as we're past 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night here early summertime, late June, as there's a swing and a miss and the count's 1-1. We're getting past the halfway point of the regular season. And not a whole lot of, no tournaments left for Pierre. Really the only tournament, might be another tournament here or there for other teams, but you think about the Gopher Classic being one of the last ones. This will skip to the backstop, and to second, to make that to third, will go Rodden, and there's a runner at 90 feet away for now Caden Rylance to try and drive one to the outfield somewhere and maybe score the game's first run. Sunshine will go back to the windup. The pitch on its way, and this will be popped foul out of play behind home plate, and the count's 2-2. In coverage tomorrow starts at 2:45. First pitch will be at 3 o'clock between Pierre and Spearfish in a doubleheader. 2-2. Swinging a fly ball by Rylance out to left field. That's going to get over the head of the left fielder and all the way down out to the wall past Charlie Simpson. One run will come in to score. It's stopped up at the wall. It's a stand-up RBI double for Caden Rylance, and it's a 1-0 lead for Watertown here in the bottom of the first inning.
Brings up designated hitter number 15.
And here's Nash Berg, who finished with a no decision in the first game, throwing 5, make that 6 innings in his start. Gave up those 4 runs, but ended with a no decision. But the lefty pitcher will dig in. The lefty hitter now will hit in the cleanup spot, the DH here in game number 2. First pitch to him. He'll line that one over the head of Miles Doyle into right center field. That's down for a base hit. Could be extra bases, although he's slowly jogging around first base. Rylance, though, will come in to score. It's a 2-0 lead here for Watertown. Here in the bottom of the first. Back-to-back RBI hits. And brings up Marcus Pitkin. Pitkin, the center fielder, number 2 hitter in game number 1, now hitting 5th. Make that the number 4 hitter in game 1, now hitting 5th. He went 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI double. Here's the first pitch to him. He'll swing and pop this one up. Then he'll get out of play behind home plate. Looked like maybe Hunsley had a chance, but that was behind home plate and out of play. So already a 2-0 lead here for Watertown in the bottom of the first inning. 4 batters in. Here's the 0-1-2 Pitkin. That one's chopped to the plate and rolls foul to the left side, and the count is now at 0-2. Bell State will finally get some home games moving forward. They'll get 3 straight on the schedule. Here's the 0-2. Runner takes off, misses inside. The throw to second, and nobody was covering the bag. It went behind the bag at second. It's a stolen base for Berg. And miscommunication between Doyle and Getz on who was going to cover the bag. So the count's now 1-2 here to Pitkin. But they'll be at home tomorrow, home next Tuesday, and then the following Sunday. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It'll hit him up in the shoulder. And so it's now first and second. And it'll bring up Nate Briggs. And for Sunshine, who was very good in his first outing, and he's still got a chance to still be very good in this outing, but not off to the best start for him. As Briggs will come to the plate for the first guys, has reached base to start this first inning. Strikeout of Olsen, the only guy has been retired. The runners at first and second here with 1 out. First pitch, come on the inside edge for strike one. A little bit of the chagrin of Nate Briggs, who was slow to step back out of the batter's box. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's fouled off the hands, and the count's now 0-2. I think that might have gone underneath, or just over the top of the netting and underneath the roof to get into the crowd. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a pop-up right side. It'll be coming in the right fielder in Northrop to make the catch. Runner will bluff the tag, and there's 2 down. Now here in the bottom of the first, it'll bring up Talon Jurgens.
First baseman, number 14, Talon Jurgens.
So Jurgens, who had a chance to win it, but Winches, who was on deck, he was the one that did win the ball game in game number 1. Jurgens now a chance to extend this 2-0 lead here in the first inning. First pitch, swinging a fly ball that is foul left field side. That will, I believe, maybe get over the top and out of the Watertown Stadium. There's a lot of seating down on the left field side, which is used for the football field. Here's the 0-1. It'll miss low, and the count's now 1-1. And left side of the infield, a little bit of the right side of the infield too, not so much, but the left side of the infield is used for during the football season. That one will get in the dirt. The throw to third. Hunsley will put the tag down. They'll run themselves out of the third out of the inning. And that pitch was low for a ball, but the scoop by Peterson, the throw to third to Hunsley will get Berg out at third and retire the side. 2 runs do score in the inning on 2 hits, an error, and 1 man left on base. To the top of the second we go. Watertown leads Pierre 2-0. You listen to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. It is the top of the second and a 2-0 lead for Watertown. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And for the eights here in the second, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. George Stalley, Dawson Getz, and Weston Northrop. Anybody reaches base, it'll be then Cooper Twilliger that will get a chance to hit for the first time today. As it was a runners at first and second with 1 out for the eights, but a ground out and a pop out ended the first inning without any damage against. As Stalley will come to the plate to get us started here in the second inning. He struck out swinging, and his only at bat, he was the pinch hitter in the top of the ninth inning. Had a 3-0 count and looked like ball 4, but umpire called it strike 1, and then the next two got past Stalley and ended up being a strikeout. Here's the first pitch. That'll come in, almost hit him, and it'll duck out of the way. And the first pitch is missing for ball 1. A 200 batting average coming in the doubleheader for Stalley. 1-0 pitch is over on the outside corner, is taken for a strike. The count's now 1-1. Here is the 1-1. That'll miss slow, and the count's 2-1 here to Stalley. In the importance of this game, and then tomorrow as well against Spearfish for Pierre. The 2-1 pitch is an off-speed breaking ball that will sit on the outside edge for a strike, and the count's 2-2. And the importance of maybe of being able to split, but then going to get 2 wins against Spearfish. That one's right back up the middle, off the glove and into center field for a base hit for George Stalley. He was right on the nose on that 2-2 pitch, and Stalley will get a base hit to lead off the top of the second hit of the ball game for the Eights. But that's one maybe where Stalley can take a deep breath and a little bit of an exhale and start to feel good going into the last half of this season, or last part of this season, because the Eights need him to get rolling in the bats and in the average. If he can stay on the ball like that, that's going to be a good sign. So Dawson Getz now will come to the plate. Runner on at first and nobody out here in the top of the second. Getz' first pitch comes inside as well, and that'll miss for ball 1. Getz went 0 for 1. He came into pitch and then ended up getting 1 at-bat to lead off the 9th inning. Flew out to the left fielder in his lone at-bat. Swings on the line, shot, and that's over the head of the second baseman and into right center field. Stalley around second. He's on his horse to third. The throw will come into second. It is a base hit for Dawson Getz. First to third for Stalley. And runners are at the corners with nobody out here at the top of the second. And it's Weston Northrup, a chance to drive in Pierre's first run. And for Weston Northrup, he's had just 1 at-bat so far this season. So a chance, mostly been playing Junior Legion for the Eights, a chance to get the Eights on the scoreboard. Him and Cooper Twilliger, and then back to the top of the order. See if maybe they're going to try a steal here with Getz with first and third. First pitch, swing and a miss by Northrup. Base hit would be big. Anything that's not a double play, well, even a double play would score a run. You don't want the twin killing to score the run, but pickoff attempt. Getz will dive back in safely. It's also the last thing you want to have happen is get picked off over at first. 0-1 count here to Northrup. The 0-1, runner takes off. That one will miss low. Then no chance to throw out Getz. And once that ball hit the dirt, Rylas didn't feel it cleanly. But even if he does, you probably just eat it and let the runner take second and third now here with nobody out in the top of the second inning. 1-1 pitch. That was fouled to the plate, and the count's 1-2. Big spot here for Northrup to try and the base hit could tie the ball game up. Between him and Cooper Twilliger, who is on deck. Try and get these 2 runs across. Second and third with nobody out. Got to find a way to score both these runs. That'll miss low and away. And the count's now 2-2. Stalley leads away from third, gets it second. The 2-2. Ground ball, left side, that'll be fielded by the third baseman. No chance for Stalley to take off. Third baseman in Briggs will make the play. Look back, Stalley at third. His throw to first is in time, and Northrop retired. That ball is just a little bit, maybe another 6 inches to the left of Briggs. Probably a 2-1 ball game, if not a 2-2 ball game. But Northrop unable to drive in the run, so now Cooper Twilliger here with second and third and 1 out. Somewhere in the outfield on a fly ball can drive in Stalley. First pitch swinging, that's a ground ball. That's over past the diving third baseman into left field. They will hold up Getz at third. It's an RBI single for Twilliger, and it's 2-1 with runners at the corners again here with 1 out. RBI single for Twilliger. And it brings up Nolan Peterson, who's got a chance to try and tie the game up.
Single brings up
It
the
was
catcher, number
a
4,
dive and
Peterson.
good attempt by Briggs. Might have even taken a bad hop on him to bounce over the glove. That would have been really deflating for Post States had that been a stop by Briggs. And regardless of Twilliger's safe or not, even 2 ground balls that almost were enough, and that one was enough, but almost enough to get runs to score. Here's the first pitch to Peterson. Right side, that's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to tie the ball game up. The throw to second, and Twilliger is safe with the shortstop dropping the ball. Twilliger pulled up before he didn't get to second base. He probably was out.
The pitcher, 24.
We'll give a base hit to Peterson and RBI, but it almost turned into a fielder's choice. The game is tied 2-2, and it's now Sutton Sunshine to the plate. Here's the first pitch. Time is called by Sunshine right before the pitcher in Reese was going to step to the plate. So back-to-back RBI singles for Twilliger and Peterson. That first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1 to Sunshine. Again, the Aces are threatening to try and take their first lead today. They did not lead in game number 1. There's a ground ball that's going to be up the middle. That diving, but it went over the head of the shortstop. Twilliger will round third, and he will stop at third base. The center fielder was about 10, not even 10 steps in the outfield. The dive from Engstrom, you could tell what he was trying to do too, with trying to dive to get the momentum stopped to then flip it to second to start maybe a double play or at least get a force out. But the ball kicked again and then even slowed up and then kicked over his head and in the center field for a base hit. So the bases are now loaded here with 1 away. Here's a ground ball by Doyle. The throw to second for 1. No chance to get the runner at first, and a run will come in to score. And, oh boy, now we're going to get time called. And Sunshine did not dive. Now, did he get out of the way at second base? Did he move over to the left side? They're going to call him out at first. And Coach Iverson, he's got to be frustrated with how these 2 games are going. Sunshine did not slide. And Coach Iverson having the conversation with the home plate umpire, Matt Clark, who made the call. But that ends the inning, and the Aces will end up not scoring that to go-ahead run, which would have gotten them a 3-2 lead. 2 runs scored in the inning on 4 base hits. Make that 5 base hits. There were no errors, and end up being 2 men left on base. So it goes down as a technical 5-4-3 double play of Doyle, and it ends the inning here in the top of the second. 2-2 our score as we head to the third. Make that the bottom of the second. Back in a minute. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Brought to you by Limebach Construction Incorporated, who can build your recreational home or building along the beautiful lower Lake Oahe area. Whether if your hobby is hunting, fishing, travel, or water sports, we can come up with a building design that will fit your interests and expectations. We pride ourselves on using quality products, customer service, and open communication. Limebach Construction is locally owned and operated, serving the Missouri River community since 1994. For area of service and more information, contact Bill Limebach at 605-223-2738. That's 605-223-2738. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com. Talon Jurgens will lead things off here in the bottom of the second in a 2-2 tie. And just a frustrating end of that half inning for Post State as that one's upstairs for ball one. The call that was made for Doyle to be out was Sunshine not sliding or getting out of the way of a potential throw. The throw didn't happen, but that doesn't negate the ruling in effect. Now, if Sunshine had moved just a little bit to his left and didn't slide, it'd be a different story. But they had said that because he did not slide or did not get out of the way, ends up being runner's interference and ends up being a double play that instead of run scoring turns into being a 2-2 tie here at the bottom of the second. That one will miss low for ball four. It's a 5-pitch walk to open up the bottom of the second as Jurgens will walk. And it brings up Spencer Winches here with nobody out and one on. As Winches, who got the game-winning double in the first game, the bottom of the ninth inning, in a 5-4 win. You know, the thing too that is what you saw in that last inning. You know, Twilliger almost getting thrown out at second. Sunshine making that play. These guys are going to be sophomores in high school, and that's, you know, not to make excuses for them because they are very good baseball players. Just want to be ripped into left field for a base hit. And it's first and second here with nobody out in the bottom of the second. As Winches picks up right where he left off in game number one, and it brings up Will Engstrom, the number 9 hitter. First two guys have reached base here to open up the bottom of the second. And Engstrom will get his first at-bats. But they're sophomores. They're going to be sophomores in high school, and the mistakes are going to be, you know, some mental mistakes are going to happen that as you get older, those mistakes start to go away, and you don't make those plays anymore. First pitch showing bunt. That one's off the glove of Peterson, but not away from him as first pitch will miss for ball one. Runners at first and second here with nobody out in the bottom of the second. A 2-2 tie right now. Showing bunt again, pulling it back. That's a foul ball. Didn't pull it back in time to Engstrom, and he got a piece of it. So the count is now 1-1. Twilliger playing in the bag at first, right at the edge of the infield grass. Here's the 1-1 pitch, showing bunt again. Bunting it back to the pitcher this time, but it dropped in front. Sunshine will throw it to first. Sunshine will throw it to first, and the out is made. Sacrifice is good, 1-3. And it's second and third now here with one away. And it's the top of the order for Dylan Rodden. Rodden reached on an error to open up the first inning, came around to score on the RBI double from Caden Rylands. And then Berg ended up getting an RBI single as well in that first inning. But threatening here to retake the lead is Watertown. Runners at second and third and one out. First pitch is upstairs for ball one. The sun mostly a factor, well, a little bit still for the left side of the infield, but for the outfielders especially. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-1. Hunsley and Getz, while Getz is standing in the shadows where he's shoulders up are still in the sun. Time called here by Rodden as he'll step back out. Sunshine will deliver. That one on the inside edge for a strike. The count's now 1-2. The outfield, George Stallion center's got his glove up above the hat, trying to shade the sun as well. To peer in, watch the pitch happen. 1-2 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-2. Simpson out and left, maybe Northrup and right. The angle of the sun maybe doesn't really affect them too much. Here's the 2-2. That one's fouled back. We'll do it again here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the second in game number 2. A 2-2 tie here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. Sun and Shine will get the sign. He'll deliver from the windup. That one stays high, and the count's now 3-2. Got a base open, but it is going to be 2 and 3 after that if you load the bases. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to center field. George Stalley will get over to it. We'll see where the throw goes. Both runners, one runner will tag. The throw will come in and gets it short. And it'll be a sacrifice fly for Rodden to make this a 3-2 lead now for Watertown here at the bottom of the second. And here's now Mitch Olson. So an RBI for Rodden. Leadoff walk comes back to haunt the eights here in the second. 3-2. Post 17 has the lead over post 8. And now Mitch Olson, who struck out looking in his first trip to the plate. Lefty digs in. First pitch, runner started to take off for third, but the pitch was high and outside. And heading back to second, more of a bluff than anything. Peterson was in prime position to catch and throw where that pitch was at. Here's the 1-0. Runner takes off for third. The throw to third will skip into left field. And then it'll be picked up by Simpson. He'll fire it home. It's not going to be in time, though. And it'll be a throwing error that will be charged to Peterson that just skipped in. It was going to be in time, and maybe the sun a little bit of a factor, too, for Hunsley. But the second error of the ball game for post 8, and another run comes in to score, and a 4-2 lead now for Watertown. It counts 1-1. Here to Mitch Olson. So back to nobody on, and here with 2 outs. That's upstairs, and the count's 2-1. Two runs have scored in each of the last 3 half innings combined between these two teams. That one's fouled back, and the count's 2-2. 2 runs in the first for Watertown, 2 in the top of the second for Pierre, now 2 here in the bottom of the second for Watertown. So the 2-2 bouncing in, and the count's now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, the number 3 hitter in Caden Rylance. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball on the right side. This will be fielded by Doyle, but it skips off the glove. And a 2-out error extends the inning. And it will bring up now Caden Rylance. Rylance doubled home a run. Made it 1-0. He then came in to score on the RBI single from Nash Berg, which made it 2-0. And the inning continues here. Second error of the inning by post 8. Pickoff attempt. Twilliger didn't catch it cleanly, but the runner was back in time anyway. Although the runner at first and Olson was kind of hopping around a little bit, then Sunshine almost timed it perfectly to throw it over there. Here's the first pitch now to Rylance. Comes in tight for ball one. Here's the 1-0. Instead, another pickoff, and getting back in safely over at first is Olson. Two outs, runner on first here in the bottom of the second. The 1-0. Ground ball to Hunsley. That kicks off of his glove. No throw from Hunsley, and it's the third error of the inning here for Post States, and it will bring up Nashberg. So 4 errors now here in the first 2 innings for Pierre. And Nashberg now will come to the plate, who's already got an RBI single. Here's the first pitch to Berg. I'll miss low and away for ball one. Hit a long single back in the first inning, which made it 2-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a foul ball left side. That's out of play, and the count's now 1-1. Can't necessarily be fatigue selling in for Pierre, but I think a little bit of deflation from that first game loss, and so using the momentum of playing a good team to 9 innings, it's kind of gone the other way. There's a fly ball to Simpson. He couldn't see it in the sun. The run will come in to score on the RBI single, and it's now 5-2. Simpson, you could see how he reacted to that ball being hit out to him. It almost shocked him that the ball came out there to him. No matter how much you're expecting the ball to come to you every play, if you can't see it come off the bat and with the way the sun's at, it's hard to see. Yeah, he's got his hand up too. I think I don't think he saw that ball until it was too late. That one will bounce in, and it was scooped up by Peterson for ball one. Here to Marcus Pitkin, who walked his first time to the plate. 8th man to come to the plate here in the inning. There's a line shot, but that's foul over the left field side. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Here to Marcus Pitkin. Two outs here in the bottom of the second. A 3-run inning here for Watertown. This will be coming inside. The count's now 2-1. But 3 different plays in this inning could have ended this second inning with only 1 run to 2-run scoring. 2-1 pitch. That is on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. Two-two pitch. Ground ball that is fouled on the third base side again, and the count remains at 2-2. It is the deuces wild here in the second inning. 2 on and 2 outs. It'll be the second of a 2-2 pitch. Sun and Shine delivers the 2-2. It hits him. And the bases are now loaded.
Hit by another pitch.
And it will be Nate Briggs.
Nathan Briggs.
With the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. This is danger territory now for Post States. Down by 3 here in this second inning. Extend the inning an extra 3 outs. First pitch is over for strike 1, and now a ball in the gap somewhere puts a handful, at least a hand, potentially of a handful lead. Should be a handful lead for Watertown. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll miss low and away, and the count's 2-1. Ninth man to come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Flew out of the right fielder Northrup to end the first inning. Bases are loaded here with the 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The 2-1. That one is fouled out of play, and the count is now even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. See if Sun and Shine can get out of this inning. All things considered, a 3-run inning wouldn't be so bad here for Post State. Here's the 2-2. There's a fly ball to deep left field. That's over the head of Simpson. He'll get all the way out to the wall. It is a grand slam home run. 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, but 3 errors have now forced 6 unearned runs in this inning. And it is 9-2. A granny for Briggs. And Talon Jurgens will come to the plate, and we'll have Coach Iverson come out. We'll see if that will end the afternoon for the evening for Sun and Shine. And Coach Iverson will shake his hand, and that will be the end of the line for Sun and Shine. So we will step aside for a minute. We'll come back, and we will tell you the changes. 9-2, Watertown leads here in the second. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com. It is Charlie Simpson that will come to the mound here for Post State, and he will deal with low-stress situation here. It's a 9-2 lead for the Watertown Post 17. They've scored 7 runs this inning, and a sac fly RBI made it 3-2, and that is where the inning could have ended 3 different times. 3 errors with 2 outs in the inning, and 6 unearned runs come across against Sun and Shine, who is going to leave the game and feel probably pretty upset about how his outing went, but there wasn't a lot that he could do different because he did his job on the mound, and just unfortunately for the Eights, too many errors as he gave up 9. And you could close the book for him because there is nobody on base with that grand slam. Inning and 2/3, giving up just 5 hits, 9 runs, but only 2 earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout.
First baseman, number 14, Talon Jurgens.
As Talon Jurgens, who led off the inning, now will start here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. As the first pitch is over for strike 1. Jurgens led off with a walk. Winches then end up getting second on a base hit. And it wasn't, I spoke a little bit too soon too, and I said a 3-run inning. 1 pitch away from having a 3-run inning, and wouldn't all be too bad for Post State. And next pitch goes over the left field wall for a grand slam. 1-1 pitch. It'll bounce in. The count's now 2-1. Simpson picked up the win on Saturday in the 8-inning win for Post State in relief, and was very efficient, allowing just 1 hit in his outing. And he only allowed about 4 base runners with the hit batter. Actually, he didn't have any walks. He only allowed 3 base runners with a couple hit batters and a hit. That pitch will be flown out towards left center field. There's going to be a long run for Stalley out towards the gap. Stalley's going to get out there, and he's going to make the catch as he runs up against the wall to slow down his momentum. And that's a big catch for George Stalley to retire the side here in the bottom of the second. But 10 guys come to the plates. It was in total 3 hits with 7 runs, 3 errors, no one left on base. The big grand slam makes it a 9-2 ball game at the end of 2. Back in a minute. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube.
And Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that appointments for sprinkler system, spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkling's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit DakotaSprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may be you. American Family Insurance and its companies in America, Madison.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-27. As we welcome you back here, it is a 9-2 lead in the top of the third. Post State is down by 7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. And for the eights, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Grayson Hudsley, Charlie Simpson, and George Stalley. He might reach his base. It'll then be Dawson Getz. And the eights will have to find a way to get back into this ball game. Maybe that long extended inning will give the eights. I don't know if maybe the pitcher here for and Reese for Watertown is a little not feeling great on the mound. He was kind of stretching it out. Coach Neal had not gone out to the mound, did not want to make an official visit out there to him, but was asking him if he was feeling okay, if his leg was okay, but I don't know if he's cramped up or what it might be. I don't know. He's been really trying to stretch out what it looks like he's just trying to stretch the hamstring out. That's the plant or the foot the right foot that goes off the rubber. Trying to stretch out the right leg. We'll see how these first couple pitches go for Hayden Reese, and then I think Coach Neal will make a decision pretty quick if feels like he's maybe struggling to throw strikes or look comfortable up there. First pitch swinging, this ground ball right back at the middle, and Grayson Hunsley will get a leadoff single to kick off the top of the third. So he's on 1 for 2, and it brings up now Charlie Simpson.
Brings up pitcher number 12, Charlie Simpson.
We'll see if the Eights can maybe get a couple runs here. It's a big shutdown inning here for Watertown. They lead by 7 in the top of the third, and a 0 is really deflating to Post State, but a couple of runs kind of maybe gets them back and feeling a little bit better. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is inside. The count's 2-0 here to Simpson. There's the 2-0 pitch. That will bounce in, and it went off the mask of Rylance. And the way that skipped away, that seemed to kind of fool Hunsley a little bit on where that ball was going to go. So he stays put at first, but the count is 3-0 and in favor of him still getting the second anyway. With Simpson most likely taking here with a 3-0 count. 3-0 pitch is upstairs for ball 4. Stalley hit a line shot off the glove of the pitcher in Reese in his first trip to the plate. He is 1 for 1. Here's the first pitch. Stalley swings, takes a huge cut But swings and misses for strike one. Yates going to get back on the scoreboard here with a base hit. Runners at first and second, nobody out here in the top of the third. 0-1 is skied foul out of play on the right side. The count goes to now 0-2. If you are looking for a severe weather coverage, News Director Zach Nelson, he is on Capital City Rock. Also live on the Facebook page as Staley swings and misses for strike three, and there's one down here in the top of the third, and it brings up Dawson Getz, the shortstop. Getz singled. First two guys of Staley and Getz last inning got base hits. They both came in to score, so looking for the same here in the third with the first two guys reaching base. Getz will shoot that out towards right center field. That will get down, and it will be a base hit. Rounding third is going to be Hunsley. He will come in to score. To third goes Simpson. It's an RBI single for Dawson Getz. It's a 9-3 ball game. So Getz now 2 for 2. Now with an RBI. And it brings up Weston Northrup, who grounded out. We'll see if Getz again, where it was last time, it was first and third. Last inning when Northrup came up, ended up being second and third. The first pitch will be dropping in for strike one. Needs to get a big run. That is a big run to get. To make it 9-3, and I know it's still a 6-run deficit, but to just not go down without scoring any runs in this top half of the inning. At least give you a chance to take a breather. The count's 1-1 here to Northrup. A crooked number helps you trying to make, you don't want to try and get all 7 runs back in one inning. Love to if you can, but trying to chip away right now because there's still in only the third. There's still over half of a ball game left to go. As the count's 2-1 here to Northrup. 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball, slow roller. It's going to be fielded low by the shortstop. Underhand flip to second for one, back to first. It is an inning-ending double play. This one is a true 6-4-3 double play, but the second double play turned in total for Watertown through 3 innings. A run does score on 2 hits in the inning. There are no errors and 1 man left on base. After 2.5, it is 9-3 in favor of Watertown over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then you know than the comfort of own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the second, make that bottom of the third. 9-3 our score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. And it is going to be 8-9-1. Spencer Wenches, Will Engstrom, and Dylan Rodden. After 10 guys came to the plates in the second, it is 8-9-1 here in the third. And for post 17, they are going to extend this 6-run lead. And they will have Wenches, who is 1 for 1 already, singled in that second inning, came around to score. He was just about thrown out at third at the to end that inning, but it was one of the 3 errors that were in total of that inning that all came with 2 outs. That instead of a potential 1-run inning and you're down 3-2, turned into a 9-2 lead for Watertown at the end of that third. First pitch is on the outside edge for strike 1. To start this bottom of the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. Winches, Engstrom, and Rodden, the first 3 hitters. There's a swing and a miss and a 3-pitch strikeout for Simpson to lead off the bottom of the third. And there is 1 down, and it brings up now Will Engstrom, who had a sacrifice bunt in his first trip to the plate. So nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Number 9 man to the plate. First pitch to Engstrom. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Shadows now overtaking the entire field as sun closing in on the next half hour or so. 0-1 pitch will be outside. The count's now 1-1 after 4 straight strikes. Simpson was almost halfway to an immaculate inning. Well, the count goes now 1-1. I'm going to be upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Two-one pitch. That one is upstairs, and the count's now 3-1 here to Engstrom. And after 4 straight strikes, it's now 3 straight misses here for Simpson. 3-1. Swing and a foul back. And the count is now full at 3-2. Top of the order is due up next for Watertown. The 3-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back again off the mid of Peterson. And the count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. A 3-2 another time. Curveball taken for strike 3. No chance to swing the bat. Froze Engstrom, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the third. And it will bring up Dylan Rodden. Rodden is 0 for 1, reached on air in the first, and then hit a sac fly RBI in the second. And he ended up scoring in that first inning, so that was part of the 7 unearned runs against Sun and Shine, as the first pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Sun and Shine, who is out in left field now with a straight switch between Simpson and Sun and Shine. That will be flown out towards right field. Northrup will make his way to his right. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Charlie Simpson here in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. 9-3 is our score at the end of 3. Watertown leads Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
As we welcome you back here, top of the fourth, it is a 9-3 lead for Watertown over Pierre Post States. 9-1-2 for the Eights. Cooper Terwilliger, Nolan Peterson, Sun and Shine will be the first 3 hitters. Lead things off here in the 4th inning as the Eights scored 1 back in the third. down by 7, now trail it by 6. Still got 12 outs to work with. Obviously, that is the caveat of keeping the game under a 10-run rule, but trying to chip away at the lead. It will be, you would want to stay under 10 runs anyway, because you want to keep cutting down this 6-run deficit, not to letting it get added to. Here's the first pitch to Twilliger. Swing and foul the first pitch away for strike 1. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station as we are past 9 o'clock here on this Tuesday night. Jen Brazilius back at the station. John Winkler. Still a gorgeous, beautiful evening here in Watertown as the 0-1 pitch is upstairs and the count's 1-1. Showing 74 degrees here in Watertown, still at 9 o'clock. About 20 minutes away from sunset time. We'll miss low for ball 2. Here's the 2-1 from Reese to Terwilliger. That'll be fouled back out of play again. The count goes now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rylance, who threw 6 innings in the one of the 2 games of the doubleheader. Obviously, Renner won both yesterday, but he threw the 6 innings, and then all of a sudden now he's catching both games here in this doubleheader. This one we fouled back to the screen, and the count remains at 2-2. Is a 3-1 loss for Watertown in that game for Rylance pitch, and then he was a DH in game number 2, but now being the catcher here for both these games. This is a ground ball. It's a base hit for Terwilliger. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. And the leadoff man's on to kick off the top of the 4th. And then we'll bring up Nolan Peterson.
Single brings the top of the order up.
Peterson singled home a run as well in the 2nd inning. The big point of him catching both games and after pitching yesterday for a complete game is the fact that that's just how good he is. He is a very talented player because there's not a whole lot of guys that you would want or trust to do something like that, but the reason why he's an ace on the staff and the reason why he's catching here for this doubleheader is a very good baseball player. Pickoff attempt and back in safely. Diving in is Terwilliger over at first. Terwilliger did not play this past weekend, but had some big news come from Terwilliger and the fact that he got an offer from Georgia football. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. The offers will keep piling in for Terwilliger, especially now that Georgia has been one of those teams to offer him. 1-1 pitch, that's a balk. And I don't know if that hurt the leg or if what might have come from Reese, but he started and stopped and never threw the pitch. So Terwilliger will go to second. Thankfully, he's right back on the mound and getting back on the rubber because sometimes that happens and feel like he hurt something when you do that. But he gets back on the rubber, delivers the next pitch. Curveball is swung on and missed. Peterson stayed with it, but ends up swinging and missing, and the count's now 1-2. So now runner on at second here with nobody out. Terwilliger stands at second. He leads away. 1-2 pitch. That's high for ball 2, and the count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the top of the order, so Sonnenschein and Doyle, the next 2 hitters. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And stepping off, though, now is the pitcher in Reese. The 2-2. Peterson climbed the ladder. That's a foul ball, but a long run. Third baseman will run out of time to go get it in Briggs. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a long way away. With the amount of foul territory that is there on the left field side especially. I mean, the right field side's got a lot of foul territory too, but a chance to run down a long foul ball that normally in a lot of other fields are well out of play. 2-2, that's a line shot. That's over the head of the shortstop into left center field. That's going to score Terwilliger. Rounding first is Peterson. He'll stay there. It's an RBI single. Second RBI single of the ball game for Nolan Peterson. And it's a 9-4 lead now for Watertown.
To the plate, left fielder, number 24, Sutton Sunshine.
So here is now Sunshine to come to the plate. He singled back in the second inning. Then was called out, or called the part of the interference to end that second inning on the double play. Well, the runner on at first now here with nobody out. Eights are already on the board here in the fourth inning. Now trailing by 5, 9-4. First pitch to Sunshine. That will come on the inside edge for a strike. 2-3 here for Post Eights. And they can extend it over to Hunsley as well, the cleanup man. 0-1 pitch. That'll miss low. The count is now at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off the mask of Rylance, and the count's now 1-2. See if the Eights can keep it going here. First two guys reaching with back-to-back singles. Sunshine has been on base both times he's come to the plates. That'll be at the top of the zone, taken for strike 3. And there's one down here in the top of the fourth.
Brings up second baseman, number 11.
And it will bring up now Miles Doyle. Strikeout number 3 of the ball game for Reese. So Miles Doyle, who is 1 for 2, singled in that first inning. First pitch, he swings and misses on the outside portion of the plate. And the count's 0-1. Twilliger singled, advanced to second on the balk, and then scored on the Peterson RBI single. Doyle will sky this out towards right field. Wenches is over there. He'll get underneath and make the catch, and there's 2 down. Peterson will retreat back to first. And he'll bring up Grayson Hunsley, who singled the lead off the top of the third inning and did come in to score a run for Post 8.
George Stoller. Excuse me, third baseman, number 5, Grayson Hunsley.
So Hunsley will dig back in, and the Eights down by 5. Well, they don't got 5 innings to keep scoring 1 run an inning. Not that they need to press to get 5 runs next inning, but over the next 3, they've got to find ways to get multiple runs, especially when you get your first couple guys on base with nobody out. They did drive in a run, but you got to be able to drive in multiple runs. That one will be outside. The count's 2-0. And then pick over at first base, and Pearson back in safely. We start to get late here. There's a pickoff attempt, and Peterson will dive back in without a tag applied. Yeah, we've got games tomorrow, but it's back at Heights Stadium. Coverage at 2:45. First pitch at 3 o'clock. Spearfish will be in town. That one's over for a strike. The count's 2-1 here to Hunsley. Miles Doyle and Cooper Twilliger be the probable starters for games 1 and 2 tomorrow. 2-1 pitch, swinging a foul. That's now 2-2. But you do know that J.J. Buckles, along with Sutton Sunshine and Dawson Getz, right now are no longer available. Charlie Simpson won't be available by the time that his outing is done. That one is a foul at the plate as Hunsley, with a 2-2 count, swung at ball 3, but with a 2-strike count, he had to make sure that he did not, when he started to swing, he had to get a piece of it. So the count remains at 2-2. From the stretch to 2-2. Hunsley will foul that, spoil it away out of the right side, and we'll do it again here at 2-2. Watertown in the bottom of the fourth will have 2, 3, and 4. Simpson, who came in the ball game, he's retired the first 4 guys that he has faced. 2-2 pitch, ground ball on the left side. It slowed up for the shortstop, but he dropped it trying to make the play. Maybe looking for a jump throw was Engstrom. And it's now first and second. And probably give an infield hit to Grayson Hunsley because while the throw wasn't made by Engstrom, that was already you could tell that was going to be a tough play to make because he was already looking to try and maybe make a jump throw or off-balance throw. So most likely scored an infield single, and Charlie Simpson to the plate now. He has homered already once today. The 2-run shots back in the 4th inning of last game. We're in the 4th inning here with 2 outs. Swings and misses. He was late on the fastball. The count's now 1-1. Obviously, you don't want to be trying to swing for the fences, but maybe muscles one up to shoot the gap somewhere. 1-1 pitch. That'll miss low and inside. The count's 2-1. He can help himself out. Obviously, he's not the pitcher of record, but he would love to be a pitcher of record, especially with a W by his name, and he can help him his way doing that with a base hit. That was on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's 2-2. Trying to get through this 4th inning now is Reese. Here's the 2-2. There's a fly ball by Simpson out towards left center field. That is down for extra bases. 1 run will come in to score. Hunsley will round third. He's on his way in. Simpson's got a 2 RBI double. It's a 3-run inning, and the Eights are back within 3. It's a 9-6 ball game. Label that one into the power alley out left center. Scoring from first was Hunsley. It's a big 2 RBI, 2-out double. And it's George Stalley. See if the inning can continue here for the Eights. First pitch to Stalley. That will be outside for ball 1. Base hit makes it a 2-run ball game. New baseball incoming here for Reese. Simpson now standing at second. He's drove in 4 runs today. His hits have all come in the 4th inning of each game. A 2-run homer and a 2-run double. That one will bounce in. The count's now 2-0. Dawson Getz, who's 2 for 2, is on deck. Love for him to get a chance to swing the bat here in this 4th inning. 2-0. That'll miss low and away, and the count's now 3-0 here to Stalley. Most likely taking, and then having to have a good pitch on a 3-1 count too. But here's first at the 3-0. Upstairs, ball 4, first and second. And here in this 4th inning, the tying run will come to the plate. Time will be called. Third baseman and Briggs will come over and have a conversation with the starter. And then Rylance will make his way out to talk with Reese as well. Dawson Getz does have a home run. Hit one against, or in the Dakota Classic in that first game against Fort Calhoun. At the first point of the game, he was 2 for 2 with a home run and a triple. Ended up not getting a chance for the cycle as he got walked, and then ended up being, the one time he was retired, ended up being in the 7th or 8th inning. But here's Getz now with 2 outs at the top of the 4th. Another gap shot makes this potentially a 1-run ball game, especially with the speed of Stalley. Probably does make this a 1-run ball game. Simpson at second, Stallion at first. Here's the first pitch to Dawson Getz. That's upstairs for ball one. Would assume there's activity out in the right field bullpen, but cannot look down that way to see. Here's the 1-0. That is upstairs, and the count's 2-0. Weston Northrup would be up next. A 2-0. That's over for a strike. The count's 2-1. Guess was taken all the way. Didn't probably have the take sign, but knowing the 6 straight misses, waiting for that first strike to come in. Two-one pitch. Guess will foul that one away, and the count is now at 2-2. Big pitch upcoming. 2 on and 2 out. 2-2 count to Dawson Getz. Reese delivers. That one bounces in and will get to the left of Rylance. Both runners will move up 90 feet. And now for sure a base hit. Makes this a one-run ball game. Now with the base open, too, you don't have to give in to Dawson Getz. Northrop, though, is waiting on deck here for post 8. Three and 2 count here to Getz. Reese will come set from the stretch. The 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. And the 9th man to come to the plate in the inning is Weston Northrup.
Up to bat, second baseman, number 11, Miles Doyle.
So Northrup, who is 0 for 2, will come to the plate and a chance to make this a one-run ball game with a base hit. First pitch, that is upstairs for ball 1. Cooper Twilger, who led off the inning with a base hit and scored. Now we got time called, and we'll get a mound visit. And a quick conversation here to know that this is a big spot in this ball game. 9-6. It's a 3-run inning here for post 8. 2 RBI double from Charlie Simpson, an RBI single from Nolan Peterson. And a base hit here for Weston Northrup, or just in general, reaching base of any kind here for Northrup. One makes it a 2-run ball game. A base hit can make it a 1-run ball game. And if Getz is on his horse on the crack of the bat, somewhere in the gap, he can tie the ball game up. And at least if Northrup and Twilliger reach base with base hits, it should tie the ball game up. A long conversation here at the mound, and hopefully an umpire, Matt Clark, will make his way out there to break it up. He actually had to get all the way out there and tell the pitching coach time to get back to the dugout. So the bases are loaded here with 2 outs. 1-0 count. Pitch from Reese. It'll be at the knees for a strike, and the count's even here to Northrup. One from Reese. And that is on the outside corner. It's a really tough pitch for Northrup to do anything with it. Counts now 1-2. And we'll see if maybe he can take it the other way if it's out there on the outside edge again. 1-2 from Reese. Ground ball left side. Be fielded by the third baseman. The throw to first will end the inning. And 9 guys will come to the plate. 3 runs do score, but the 8s do strand the bases loaded. 3 runs on a total of 4 hits in the inning. There were no errors. 3 men left on base. Don't go anywhere quite yet. It is now 9-6. Watertown leads Pierre heading to the bottom of the fourth. Back in minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag, chemical, and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag, chemical, and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
It is the bottom of the fourth. It is a 9-6 lead for Watertown over Pierre on American Family Insurance, the Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And for Watertown here in the bottom of the fourth inning, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Mitch Olson, Caden Rylance, and Nash Berg. Anybody reaches base, Marcus Pitkin will come to the plate as the sun is set here in Watertown. Technical set, but still a little bit of daylight before it really gets nighttime here in Watertown, but it has been an extra inning, 9-inning first game, a 5-4 win for Watertown. First pitch swinging. This will be popped up on the left side. Grayson Hunsley backpedaling. He'll stay with it and make the catch. And there's one pitch and 1 out here to open up the bottom of the fourth. And it will bring up now the number 3 hitter in Caden Rylance.
To the plate, number 16, Caden Rylance.
That's a big first out. Charlie Simpson retiring the first 5 guys now he is seen in this ball game in relief. He might be a guy that really steps into that relief position here for Post State. Here's a ground ball. The second pitch, Dawson Getz will field, and his throw to first will be in time. So 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And I would think that Nash Berg will be taking that first pitch. Maybe he'll swing at the first pitch and we can get ourselves a chance for a 3-pitch inning. You don't want to groove one right down the middle if you're Charlie Simpson, but you really want to find the strike zone to try and get him to swing. He's probably going up there thinking he's going to take. If you give him something that he might think about swinging at, he does not swing the first pitch. It does miss for ball 1, so there is no 3-pitch inning here for Charlie Simpson. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss low and away, and the count's now 2-0. 2 for 2 so far is Berg. 2 RBIs in his 2 singles. That one's outside, and the count's now 3-0. So he goes to a 3-0 count after throwing 2 pitches to get the first 2 guys out here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk issued to Berg. So the inning is not a 1-2-3 inning. The first man to reach base against Charlie Simpson. And it brings up Marcus Pitkin. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Been on base both times. And we'll see now if he gets a chance to swing the bats in this third plate appearance. First pitch is over for strike 1 after 4 straight misses. First pitch is over for strike 1. The 0-1. Line shot that is foul, and the count's 0-2, too far inside. What a good rip there from Pitkin. Well, let's see if Simpson can get out of this inning after the 2-out walk. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul tip in the minute, strikeout, and that retires the side. Here in the bottom of the fourth, no runs, no hits, no errors, no man left on base. We head to the fifth, a 9-6 lead for Watertown over Pierre. Back in a minute, you're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
We have a new pitcher as Watertown will go to the bullpen after 4 innings from the starter in Hayden Reese, as man to take over on the mound will be Jonathan Lake, and he will get a chance to try and get the final 9 outs here for Watertown post 17. But John Lake now on the mound, and we'll get you full totals of Hayden Reese. And the straight switch with the DH still in play for Watertown post 17. But 4 innings, for the starter in Hayden Reese, who looked like he was more battling a little bit of maybe some cramping in the right leg to try and gut out those 4 innings. But he will give up 4 innings, 13 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. So here's Cooper Twilliger to lead things off in the top of the 5th. Post 8 down by 3. All 9 guys came to the plate in the 4th inning. Twilliger leads off the 5th inning. First pitch swinging, and it's fouled back for strike 1. Twilliger, Peterson, Sun and Shine, the first 3 hitters here in the 5th. Here's the 0-1. That's over for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. Twilliger 2 for 2, singled homer on the 2nd, led off the 4th with a single, then came in to score on the RBI hit from Peterson, who was 2 for 3 with 2 runs driven in. That'll miss low, and the count's now 1-2. Tough pitch, close pitch to take for Twilliger, but the 1-2. That one's fouled away by Twilliger. He stays alive. It remains a 1-2 count. Again, 2:45 starts coverage tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock first pitch for Pierre and Spearfish. Not the usual 5 o'clock first pitch that we're accustomed to. It's a 3 o'clock first pitch. That'll be the way for Wednesday and Tuesday of next week. This will be fouled back by Twilliger. And the count remains a 1-2. Good battle here to lead off the top of the 5th inning. And the fact that this is the first batter for Lake that he is pitching against, Twilliger making him throw a lot of pitches is good for the third base dugout to see a lot more pitches be thrown. There's a swing and a miss, and Lake finally wears down Twilliger to retire him for the first time tonight. And the leadoff man is retired here in the top of the 5th inning, and it brings up Nolan Peterson. Peterson is 2 for 3. He's got 2 runs driven in. Struck out looking in the first to lead off the ball game, but he scored Dawson Getz, and then he also scored Twilliger in his 2 hits. First pitch swinging. That's going to be a 3 for 4 day here for Peterson. That's out in the right center field for a base hit. Wide turn at first, with Lynch's not feeling it cleanly, but it will be just a single. And it's just a 3 for 4 game for Nolan Peterson, hitting the ball well, with now 4 hits today in total for the post 8 catcher. Here's Sun and Shine, who is 1 for 3. Reached on air in the first, single in the second, and struck out looking in the 4th. 1 on and 1 out here in the 5th inning. Post 8 down by 3. First pitch swinging, and swinging and missing is Sunshine. He was late on the fastball, and the count's 0-1. Yates went down 9-2 at the end of 2 innings. Scored a run in the third and 3 in the fourth. Pulled themselves within striking distance. Still a little bit of ways to go, but now you're at the point where you can get a run per inning, and as long as you're not giving up any runs, find yourself tied at the end of 7. Counts 0-2 to Sunshine. Fastballs have been working for Lake in this at-bat. And then the curveball dropped in for strike 3 and froze Sunshine as he's down for the second time on strikes, and there's 2 down.
Second baseman number 11, Miles Doyle.
And it brings up Miles Doyle. Doyle is 1 for 3. Single in the first inning. Flew out to rights back in the fourth. As he awaits the first pitch from Lake. Swinging a line shot, soft line shot into center field for a base hit right off the end of the bat. But cued into center for a base hit. And his first and second now for Grayson Hunsley with 2 away. And we'll see if he can maybe drive in a run here. Hunsley is 2 for 3, single in the third and fourth inning. Peterson on at second, Doyle at first. Here's the first pitch to Hunsley. Line shot foul over the first base coach and Ridge Leinbach. Only counts 0-1. He didn't have much reaction to it, but it went just right over his head. Here's the 0-1 from Lake. That'll miss low, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. Another big at-bat here for the Eights. Trying to claw their way back from a 7-run deficit. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. Shortstop will field in Engstrom. His throw is going to be in time to retire Hunsley and end the top of the 5th. No runs, 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 9-6. Watertown has the lead over Pierre. You're listening to Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Hey, hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
The Toyota truck family. Outlast and outlive every adventure. The Toyota Tundra is large and in charge with exceptional performance, making the powerhouse ultra-capable for practically any task. The Tundra delivers proper performance with a twin-turbo V6 engine and 10-speed automatic transmission for when the going gets rough. Whether you're conquering off-road trails or hauling the weight of the world, the Toyota Tundra at Capital City Toyota is offering great APR rates as low as 1.99% for 48 months, with other specials up to 72 months for qualified buyers. Contact a sales professional at Capital City Toyota today.
It is the bottom of the 5th and a 9-6 lead for Watertown. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And for post 17, they will have 6, 7, and 8s. Nate Briggs, Talon Jurgens, and Spencer Wenches. He might reach his base. It'll be the number 9 hitter, Will Engstrom. A 7-run second inning, which was capped off by a grand slam from Nate Briggs, who will lead things off. Made it 9-2. But the Eights have scored the last 4 runs, and they're trying for another big comeback, but they're down to their final 6 outs, and they will try and get a couple runs in that 6th inning with 5, 6, and 7 to start the 6th inning. But it's a tall task when you find yourself down by 7, and the fact that you put yourself down by 7 with 7 unearned runs. Only 2 runs were earned against Sun and Shine, who gave up 9 runs overall. But you look at, if even to this point, if half the runs that were unearned don't score, and the latter half scores, it's a 6-6 ball game. If you have more than half that don't score, on the four side of things, you're up 6-5. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. So that second inning got away from Post State, but it gives, again, where Pierre will be looking back at this game, and regardless of how it ends, you can see exactly where things didn't go well for you. As the 1-0 pitch is on the top of the zone in the outside corner for a strike, and the count's 1-1 here to Nate Briggs. He is 1 for 2. And a grand slam back in the second inning that potentially was a 5-2 game after the end of 2 innings, turned into a 9-2 lead. 2-1. That is ripped foul, third base side. And the count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eights will play tomorrow and then be off until next week, Tuesday, when Sioux Falls East will be in town. The 2-2 will bounce in. The count's now 3-2. Just 1 walk so far for Charlie Simpson in 2 1/3 innings of work. Here's now the 3-2 pitch. This will be popped up on the right side. Terwilliger will call for it just beyond the first base bag around the line. He will make the catch. And the leadoff man is retired here to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. And it will bring up Talon Jurgens.
First baseman, number 14, Talon Jurgens.
Jurgens 0 for 1 so far. He walked in the second, also flew out to Stalley deep in left center field. First pitch will be on the outside edge for a strike. Here's the 0-1. That one will bounce in, low and away, and the count's 1-1. And Jurgens' walk-up music is what Mandan, the Chiefs, will play every time they score a run. And that first game against Mandan up in Mandan felt like it was never going to stop playing. It was only a 10-0 win, but it just felt like every other batter they were playing that song with another run scoring. Counts 2-1. Here to Jurgens. This will be flown out towards left field. Sunshine will turn and watch this one sail out for a solo shot for Talon Jurgens to make it 10-6. Second home run of the ball game. And there's that song again. And it's a 10-6 ball game here for Watertown. So a 4-run lead again here for Post 17. And I just had to make a comment about that song playing after they score runs in Mandan, and then you're gonna play that song. Obviously, you're gonna play that song after he hits a home run. And it's now a 10-6 ball game, and it'll bring out Spencer Wenches. Wenches, who was 1 for 2. Again, he was the hero in game number 1 with the walk-off RBI double. He singled in the second, struck out swinging to lead off the third. That was the first hit against Charlie Simpson here in relief, as the first pitch was at the bottom of the zone for a strike. 1 pitch, swing and a foul, and the count's now 0-2. So third home run between these two teams tonight, with a 2-run homer by Charlie Simpson in the game 1, a grand slam by Briggs in the second inning, and now a solo shot here with 1 out in the 5th. Wenches digs back in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Not a bad pitch there from Simpson, but not biting on it was Wenches, and it missed low and away. And the count goes now 1-2. So the Eights are back down by 4. Here's the 1-2. That's upstairs, and the count's now 2-2. Obviously, you got to get through this inning here first, but you look at that 6th and 7th inning, just cut it in half. Make it a 10-8 ball game and then 10-10 ball game. You don't got to do too much in either of these, well, especially in the 6th inning. Don't got to do too much. Obviously, in the 7th, you got to do as much as you can to tie the ball game up, and it couldn't, you don't want it to be a 4-run inning, but got to try and press to get all 4 runs in the 6th. 3-2 pitch. That'll be taken for strike 3 on the inside edge. And a good comeback at bat for Charlie Simpson to get the strikeout. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And it brings up Will Engstrom, who is 0 for 1. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd and struck out looking in the 3rd. There is the first pitch. Over for strike 1. Here to Will Engstrom. The 0-1 pitch, that'll miss Will outside. That one shot up off the top of the concrete. Went about 15 feet in the air. So the count is even at a ball and a strike here. The number 9 man in Will Engstrom. Simpson trying to get through this 5th inning. 4-run lead here for Watertown in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 pitch. That is outside, and the count is now at 2-1. After Renner Sultans beats Sioux Falls West in game 1, West comes back and wins game 2, 9-4. There's a line shot in the left field. That is going to be a base hit. And Engstrom is on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and will bring up Dylan Rodden.
Single brings up the second baseman, number 4, Dylan Rodden.
Rodden is 0 for 2, reaching on an air to open up the bottom of the 1st. Hit a sac fly RBI in the 2nd, and flew out to Northrop in the 3rd. Here's the first pitch. As upstairs for ball 1. In post 8 in the top of the 6th inning, 5, 6, and 7. Simpson Stallion gets. And 2 runs would be big. Especially right now in this 6th inning, and barring more run scoring here in the 5th. As it counts 2-0. The 2-0 pitch, that'll bounce in. That'll get to the left of Peterson, so the count is now 3-0, and the runner will take second on the wild pitch, and he comes here a chance for a base hit if to score another run. The 3-0 upstairs, 4-pitch walk. And his first and second now here with 2 away. And it brings up Mitch Olson. And Nolan Peterson will arc his way out there to talk with Charlie Simpson. With Mitch Olson to the plate, number 2 hitter in the batting order for Watertown. They went with Simpson. Maybe Northrop would be the next guy. And maybe Coach Iverson might be looking to try and get through the 5th to get him a clean inning in the 6th. But it is a 4-run ball game right now, first and second with 2 away. And Mitch Olson, who is 0 for 3, reaching on an air, is at the plate. First pitch will miss for ball 1. 5 straight misses now here for Simpson. The 1-0. That'll miss low again, and the count's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. That's outside, and that's a now 3-0 count, and 7 straight misses here for Simpson. And trying to find the the groove again, but he's got to find a strike. Otherwise, he get the bases loaded for the number 3 hitter in Caden Rylance. 3-0 pitch will come inside. It hit him either way. It was ball 4. And the bases are now loaded here with 2 outs and the 8 straight misses. And Caden Rylance now to the plate. So this is all of a sudden goes from where Post State was feeling pretty good about being back in this ball game to needing this out to keep this a 4-run deficit, but you're doing it against the number 3 hitter who has an RBI double and 1 for 3 in the ball game. First pitch, Rylance was trying to make it 14-6 with that swing at the top of the zone. He was not waiting for a strike to be thrown to him. He was ready to swing right away, and counts 0-1. 0-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike. That's a big help for Simpson to get that call. And the count's 0-2 here to Rylance. 0-2 pitch. He thought about offering at it, does not, and counts now 1-2. That's a good pitch to throw. That ball was in the strike zone for a lot of that time to the plate. And a really good take from Caden Rylance. 1-2 pitch. That's outside from now 0-2 to 2-2. The bases loaded here and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. 10-6, Watertown leads it. The 2-2. Line shot, that's over the head of Hunsley and down the line in left field. 2 runs are going to come in to score. They will hold up that runner at third. It's a 2 RBI double for Rylance, who makes it a 12-6 ball game. Hot shot to the hot corner. Just over the glove of Hunsley.
2 runs score on the double.
And it's now a
number 15, Nash Bird.
And now a 10-6 ball game, or 12-6 ball game. And Nash Berg, who is 2 for 2 with a walk, got a chance to almost make this a 8-run ball game if he can get a base hit here. First pitch to Berg. Comes inside for ball 1. So second double, second and third RBI for Rylance in the game, as he is 2 for 4 now. 1-0 pitch, that is outside, and the count's now 2-0. I think Coach Iverson trying to will Simpson into finishing at least the 5th inning here. 2-0 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 3-0. And the hard part, too, is you're saving pitchers for tomorrow. You have to save pitchers for tomorrow because you're playing spearfish. You got to make sure that you have guys available to throw. 3-0 pitch, and swinging at it was Bergen fouling it back, and the count's now 3-1. But the hard part is that, I know you're down by 6 right now, so that's a big deficit, but found this Post State team battling and don't want to give in. 3-1 pitch here to Berg. That was line foul over the third base. The guy on third base in Mitch Olson. He was in foul territory. Obviously, you do not want to get hit with a foul ball regardless of if you're in foul territory or not, but would have been, game-wise, would have been okay. 3-2 pitch will hit him. So the bases are loaded, hit him in the foot. And the ninth man to come to the plate now with the bases loaded, and Marcus Pitkin. And now Pitkin, who's been hit twice, also struck out, and Rich Leinbach will come out and have some words of encouragement to Charlie Simpson. Maybe Coach Iverson, the strategy of, hey, go out and talk to him, and maybe it looked like Simpson put his glove up to his mouth pretty quick to try and hold a smile back, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't usually see your teammate come out and have a conversation with you. I don't know if it's like, Rookie of the Year with Rocket coming out and talking about the have to. And then both guys are walking away saying, what the heck am I talking about? But the bases are loaded. with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And it's going to be Marcus Pickett who struck out swinging to end the 4th inning. Bases are loaded here with 2 away. And first pitch will miss low for ball 1. Now all of a sudden, where the Eights were in the ball game down by just 3, the winning run here in the 5th inning is at the plate. 1-0 pitch, that'll miss low, and the count's 2-0. If Pitkin gets on and ends up scoring, they'll end the ball game here in the 5th inning. 2-0 pitch. That is flown out to center field, but that should hang up for George Staley, who continues to backpedal. It's carrying on him, but he's able to get to it, make the catch, and retire the side here in the bottom of the 5th. But it was a total of 3 runs scoring in the inning to make this now a 12-6 lead for Watertown over Pierre. We'll step aside for a minute. We'll come back with the top of the 6th. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
It is the top of the 6th inning, and Post 8 is down 12-6 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And for Post 8 here in the 6th inning, it will be Charlie Simpson, George Staley, and Dawson Getz, 6, 7, and 8 to make that 5, 6, and 7. And for Simpson, he had a 2 RBI double. He's driven in 4 runs today in total, with a 2-run home run in game 1 and a 2-run double in game number 2. George Staley and Dawson Getz, each with a combined 3 hits, both with Staley being 1 for 2 and Getz make that 2 for 2, reaching base all 4 times. We are here in the top of the 6th inning of game 2 of our doubleheader. We will be on the air in about 15 hours or so. No, be somewhere around 16 hours. Be back on the air again for Pierre and Spearfish tomorrow afternoon. Be 2:45 for coverage. First pitch, swinging a foul back by Simpson. And the count's 0-1. 1 for 2. Popped out in foul territory in the first. Walked in the third, and 2 RBI double in the 4th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. Simpson on the mound. Obviously today being a little bit different, but for Charlie Simpson, he had thrown 7 1/3 innings coming into this contest. There's a ground ball that's fielded by Engstrom at short. His throw would be well high, and it stayed in play. No, it did get out of play, so it'll be an error charge to the shortstop and Engstrom, and it'll be Simpson on at second to open up the top of the 6th. But Simpson is 1-0, was 1-0, he is 1-0, 2 hits, 1 run in 7 1/3 innings. So that ERA was at 0.96 and a whip at 0.68. So the batting average against it 77 coming in. And that prior to that inning was really good through the first 2 1/3 innings before That fifth got away from him. Here's Stalley now. First pitch. That'll miss low for ball one. It gets behind Rylance, and the third will go Simpson. So he is in 90 feet away, and the Aces will be trying to at least score him. Now you go from, feel like you needed 2 runs in the 6th and 2 runs in the 7th. Well, now you just need 3 runs here in the 6th and 3 in the 7th. Obviously, 1 run each, more in each inning. A lot more to ask for, but still that possibility here for the Eights. As Stalley will dig back in. Counts 1-0. Now a runner on at third. 1-0. That's upstairs, and the count's now 2-0 here to Stalley. Dawson Getz, Weston Northrup, Cooper Twilliger. That is 7, 8, 9 in the lineup. Potentially all coming to the plate here in this 6th inning. That one will miss low. Scooped up by Rylance, and the count's 3-0. It was a 2-0 lead for Watertown. Post State tied it at 2. And then a 7-run second inning made it 9-2. The Eights scored 4 in a row, make it 9-6 before a 3-run inning made it a 12-6 ball game where we stand right now here in the top of the 6th. Three-one count here to Stalley. Pitch on its way, foul straight back. Hit the pole right with this netting around. Makes it a 3-2 count, and from 3-0, Lake has gotten back to a 3-2 count against Stalley. Three-two pitch. That one taken for strike 3. Stalley can't pull the trigger. He is down on strikes for the second time in the ball game. There's one down here in the top of the 6th inning. And it brings up Dawson Getz. It was 2 for 2. RBI single in the 3rd. He was single in the 2nd, RBI single in the 3rd, walked in the 4th. I'm going to try and drive in Charlie Simpson. Curveball that drops in for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball back in the middle. That is stabbed by the mound, and now Simpson, he will score. The pitcher in Lake had seen Simpson between third and home, but with a 6-run lead, he decides to go for the sure out and not to put Simpson in a pickle to try and save a run when he could just go get it out and let a run score. So it's an RBI ground out for Dawson Getz. Second RBI for Getz. And there's now 2 down here in the inning with nobody on. And it's Weston Northrup who is 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs. First pitch is on the inside edge for a strike. And the count's 0-1 here to Northrup. Bottom of the 6th, it'll be the same 3 hitters that start the 5th inning. 6, 7, 8, Briggs, Jurgens, and Winches. As the count is even at a ball and a strike here to Northrup. Past the 2-hour mark of this baseball game. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. Played 9 innings in game number 1. That got us to a 2-hour and 16-minute first game and started at 7:54 here in game number 2. 1-2 pitch taken for strike 3, and that will retire the side. They do get the run, 1 hit to make that 1 run, no hits. There was an error and no one left on base. So we will head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 12-7 lead for Watertown over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
It is the bottom of the sixth, and it is for Post State. Weston Northrop that'll be on the mound for the Eights to try and get through this bottom of the sixth and get the Eights a chance to try and score 5 in the seventh. So we'll give you totals for Charlie Simpson here in just a moment. So in Weston Northrop will get a chance to have a shot. First time to pitch, I believe first time to pitch here in the 2024 summer. Yep, it'll be his first time to be on the mound, and I believe that everybody stays in the ball game around the field. The Simpson might be going into right field or maybe moving Sunshine out. It looks like maybe Gunnar Edson's out in right field. But we'll give you totals here for Charlie Simpson as we get to the leadoff man here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Simpson went 3 1/3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. So all said and told, that sixth inning or the fifth inning, where it felt like things were falling apart again for Post State, really didn't fall apart that much for Charlie Simpson. A 3-run inning. It looks like, it sounded like Gunnar Edson Gunnar Edson will be in to play right field, and he'll be in for Charlie Simpson. But it is going to be 6, 7, and 8. Nate Briggs to lead things off. And Northrop will throw his first pitch of the summer. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. I say of the summer is of the Senior Legion summer. He has played Junior Legion to this point as well. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 1-1. Threw a little bit during the spring season as well for the Pierre Governors. So while his first chance to pitch Senior Legion-wise, not the first pitch in a varsity level game. The 1-1 will be missing low and away, and the count's 2-1 here. So Sun and Shine still out in left, Stallion center, Edson is now in right, Hunsley at third, gets at second, or short, excuse me, Doyle's at second, Twilliger at first, and Peterson behind the plate still. That one just outside, and the count's 3-1 here to the leadoff hitter. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That'll be a fly ball to left field, going back to the wall. Briggs has hit a leadoff home run, his second home run of the ball game. Third home run of the game for Watertown. He is 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. A grand slam and a solo shot. And Watertown's back up by 6. And Talon Jurgens will come to the plate. So for Northrop, as much as a home run is not what you want to do to lead off an inning, a chance just to really reset quickly, because it was just the first guy to come to the plate.
First baseman, number 14,
Almost, and with Pearson going out there to talk to him, just a chance to maybe spin a circle and say, all right, first at bat of the inning right now. First pitch is missing high and outside for ball 1. Jurgens also hit a home run in a solo homer with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. The first of 3 runs that scored in the inning. Counts 2-0. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Past 10 o'clock now here on this Tuesday night. 2-0 pitch will be popped up on the infield. Miles Doyle will come in. Dawson Getz will call him off to make the catch on the second base bag of the infield. And there's one down, and that is a good comeback pitch here for Northrop. Able to get an infield pop out in the first out of the 6th inning. And here is now Spencer Winches, 1 for 3. Singled the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 3rd, and struck out looking in the 5th. Make them the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch missing low for ball 1. I think what was really the tough thing for Post State in that last inning was they had 2 outs and nobody on base before end up giving up 2 more runs and had the bases loaded. So there was a lot of activity at the end of that inning that made things feel a lot worse than what they were. Here's a 2-0 pitch. This will be skied into shallow right field. Miles Doyle will make the catch. Gunnar Edson was coming in to try and make the catch as well, and Edson let Doyle take it, and he jumped out of the way. Doyle reached back, made the catch, and there's now 2 down. And now it's Will Engstrom, who is 1 for 2, sacrifice fly in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 3rd, and had a single in the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch to Engstrom. There's a ground ball. Dawson Getz will field. And after a solo shot, Northrop gets 3 straight outs to retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run scores on 1 hit, no errors and no one left on base. It was the solo shot. 13-7, Post State down to their final 3 outs as we head to the 7th. Back in minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684. It is the top of the 7th, and it is a 13-7 lead for Watertown over Pierre. That 7-run inning is the big difference in the ballgame. And the grand slam solo shot as well from Nate Briggs, who's 2 for 4 with 5 runs driven in. You take away all 5 of those runs, well, Watertown still leads 8-7. But if you take away all the unearned runs, Post State's got a 7-6 lead right now here in the top of the 7th inning. So it is Cooper Terwilliger to lead things off. Terwilliger followed by Peterson and Sonnenschein. 9-1-2 here for the Eights that need a 6-run comeback in the 7th inning. They lost the first game 5-4 in 9. Eights had a chance. They tied it in the 5th. Had a couple chances, but never cashed in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. But Watertown got the RBI walk-off double from Spencer Winches, and with the grand slam and solo shot from Nate Briggs, it is a 13-7 lead here in Game 2. With a 2-0 count here to Terwilliger. That last pitch popped the mask off of the catcher in Rylance, who tried to pick the ball, and obviously with nobody on base, trying to pick it without really getting too much in front of it, and the count goes out 2-0. And again, coverage will start at 2:45 tomorrow. It'll be 3 o'clock first pitch between Pierre and Spearfish from Hyde Stadium. 2-0 pitch. That is going to be fouled by Terwilliger down the right field side. And the count goes now 2-1. Sleep will be important on the way back for these guys. And some sleep, some quality sleep tonight, because another 2 big games are looming on the opposite side of what Watertown is. You know, Spearfish right around the 500 mark, under 500. Twilliger fouls that back, and the count's 2-2. This was a somewhat steal, but just a lot of seat points on the line. A big win goes a long ways for Post State down the stretch of the season. Now on the flip side, 2 wins against Spearfish is what you need to get, to get a couple 44-point wins in there. There's a swing and a miss by Twilliger and a strikeout for out number 1, and the Eights are down to their final 2 outs. And here's now Nolan Peterson, who has been on base 3 times in this game, 3 for 4 with 3 singles, 2 runs driven in for Peterson. But it comes down to trying to you got to get those 2 wins tomorrow against Spearfish. The first pitch over for strike 1. You're not in the spot where you want to press to make the playoffs, but if you don't get those 2 wins, you got to start looking at other areas where this will mean down the line, right field line, and it will be foul, just foul. I lost sight of it, did not see where it landed, but an emphatic foul call and a couple oohs and ahs, and probably close to a triple diving catch. Foul, anything ended up being a foul ball. The count's 0-2. But again, you look at what Post State has done so far, and there's a couple games that maybe slip. I wouldn't say slip away from them, but you're in. The 2 against Brookings, the 1 against Post 320. Obviously, got to win against 320. The 9-inning loss here. The 0-2 now to Peterson. Ground ball that is foul over the third base side. It remains an 0-2 count. And that is, the ebbs and flows of baseball, and also the fact that this is a team that is still young. There's guys, Peterson being one of these guys, Doyle, Hunsley, who didn't play last year because he was hurt, but played after a sophomore year. Stalley, a little bit of Twilliger as well. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout, and there's 2 down. And Post 17 is an out away from a doubleheader sweep. Still just a young team trying to gain its footing. And for everybody but Miles Doyle, he got a chance to come back next year. I know we're still not even at that point where we're into the month of July and in the final season, but there's not a lot of teams that can say, yeah, we can bring everybody back but one. And when you do say that, you're like Post State in terms of all the amount of young guys that you have. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line shots, and thankfully Lake got out of the way of it. Sunshine hit it right back on the nose, and it's a 2-out single. And thankfully, too, for Jonathan Lake that he was able to duck just underneath it. And it's a 1-out single here for Sutton Sunshine, and it brings up Miles Doyle. Doyle will get a start tomorrow, whether it be game 1 or 2 against Spearfish. Try and get the Eights their second South Dakota win, 3rd game overall. Obviously, they've still got one more out to get here for Watertown, and the beauty of baseball, there is no time. Most of the time, there's no time limit. Now you got to get the 3rd out. First pitch is upstairs, or is at the top of the zone for strike 1. Doyle, 2 hits, 2 for 4. Looking to go 3 for 5 and extend the inning to Grayson Hunsley. The 0-1 pitch, swinging a pop up, that should do it. First baseman will call for it, make the catch. Juergens will make the grab, and that will end the ball game. A 13-7 win for Watertown, a doubleheader sweep of Post State from Post 17. And we will step aside for 2 minutes. Make that a minute. We'll come back and wrap it up quickly here from Watertown. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Looking for a change, a career, not just a job? Beck Motor Company of Pierre is looking for a team-oriented individual to join their parts department. We offer 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, a company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym, and more. Experience is a plus, but we'll train the right individual. If you have the ability to use a computer, provide great customer service, and willing to learn and adapt in a very busy environment, we want to visit with you. Call Steve Meyer at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information. As we welcome you back here, it is a 13-7 win for Watertown over Pierre in the game 2 of the doubleheader. And for Post State, out-hit another team, but couldn't get the win as they final tally of 7 runs, 14 hits, 4 errors, and 11 men left on base for Pierre. 13 runs for Watertown, 9 hits, 2 errors, 5 men left on base. Winning pitcher is Hayden Reese, who battled through 4 innings, giving up all 13 of the 14 hits. Giving up 6 runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout, and a couple of hits, just 1 hit in total for the man in relief, and John Lake, who had a unearned run against him in the final 3 innings of the night. Sun and Shine will pick up the loss, 1 2/3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 9 runs, but only 2 of the 9 were earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. If Post State does not give up those 7 unearned runs against, it turns into a 7-6 lead for them going into the bottom of the 7th and a chance to close it out. But for the A's, just couldn't get the job done. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 20 minutes. We played a 9-inning game that took 2 hours and 16 minutes. We play a 7-inning game that takes 2 hours and 20 minutes. Beauty of baseball. Beauty of baseball. That's all you can say about it. It's just the beauty of baseball. We're back on the air at 2:45 tomorrow afternoon for Post State's and Spearfish. Coverage will start at 2:45. First pitch will be at 3 o'clock. Right here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. I want to say thanks to Jen Brazilians back at the station, staying with us for another late evening of baseball. John Wickler here signing off. A 5-4 9-inning win for Watertown in Game 1, and Watertown completes the sweep with a 13-7 win in Game number 2, as we say so long from Watertown.
Listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Comtech, Bank West, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Lamb Motors, Todd's Electric, Edward Jones Financial, CHS River Plains, Wagner Auto, Jaeger, Faith Lutheran Church, Leinbach Construction, First Dakota National Bank, Avera, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Shane's Pharmacy, Gales Gas, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, May Adam, Fisher Rounds, Ferding Electric, True Green Chemlawn, Beck Motors, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, Kruger Contracting, Agtegra, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Stulkin Peterson LLP. Join us all season for Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of